Hello, my lovelies. So, on the agenda today is Daenerys Targaryen Pyre hair. You guys look a little crooked. Let me move. All right. So, anybody who keeps up with the vlog portion of my channel knows that I promised this one today, but they should also know that my YouTube girlfriend, LaDollyVita33, has already done this one. We have been doing Game of Thrones styles in tandem, with me giving her the really hard ones and me taking the easy ones. I say this because she actually managed to accomplish this Sansa Southern style, which was crazy, and she made it look like it took no time and was a piece of cake, which I'm sure it wasn't when figuring it out, but she does happen to make everything look easy. If you would like to take a look at that one, I'll put a link right here. And yeah, go and tell her how flippin' awesome she is. Granted, that might not be one that you may wear every day, since it is a little different, but it's really good for some of my gals that go to the Ren fairs and do, you know, SEC and some of the reenactments and stuff. I can also tell you that when I was looking at some Victorian style do's, there is a Victorian style that is extremely similar to that Sansa style. I know, you're all just befuddled now, aren't you? No kidding, it was on Google Images, it was right there, and I was like, huh, that is total Sansa style. But you figure the hairdressers for the show probably scoured the internet looking for, you know, different things to make their little brains work so they can come up with all this cool stuff for us to do. So anyways, yes, go see her. Oh, and if you would like to see her Sansa style, link here. Yes, so since LaDolly went pure, this is what it looks like on the screen, this is what I did, she went for sheer accuracy. I'm gonna leave the accuracy to her. We're gonna mess with it a bit. And don't be all upset. It's still gonna look almost the same. I'm just switching up the braids a little bit to give you a little variety, because I feel like since she captured, you know, exactly what it's supposed to look like, then you're good to go. You know how you should go about it. I'm gonna take the lazy way out, because that's what I'm good at, lazy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a fairy tale braid. So I'm going to get prepped for that. Now I do have a fairy tale braid tutorial up already, so you know, go back through the archives and find that. Yes, I know I could link to it, but some of my newer viewers haven't went through the archives and keep asking for hairstyles that I've already done. So for you guys, go and look. I usually put the titles exactly what you're going to see, so you know, granted, you have to go through a lot of babble at the front occasionally, but you know, that's what the little bar is for. Okay, so we'll want to part our hair in the middle. You can part a little off to one side or the other if you would like. No problems there. But I'm just going to go for the middle to keep it nice and even and easy. All right. So, I will start with the right side since I'm facing y'all, and I'm going to tie off the other section. Have some clips or, you know, scrunchies or something, because this hairstyle involves a lot of separating of hair so you don't get all messed up in your works. Okay, so we're going to fairy tale braid. Now, I have two fairy tale braid videos. One is the straight fairy tale braid, and the other one I put as clarification. Lexi recently did my fairy tale braid, so all you guys that came from Lexi, hi! Isn't she the cutest thing that ever cuted? Yes, she is. And very handy. She does excellent tutorials. She taught me how to 5-strand French. Yes, she did. Any hoodles, I recently watched her fairy tale tutorial and I realized that my clarification was a completely different braid. I've been doing it for so long, I changed it without realizing it. So that's actually 2 braids for 1. But for this one, we're going back to the original. So we have started, we are going to do 3 sections, like so. You start with your bottom section, braid up, bring your top section down, your bottom section, go back up. The part that's down now, we're gonna put in our mouth. After that, we're gonna add a little bit to the top section and create a brand new bottom section. Then we're going to braid up, down, up, because that is what gives this its look. So we're gonna add a little to the top. You do a good section, like so. All new bottom section. Like so. Now we are going to braid up, down, up, and this we put our mouth. Now I'm using my mouth because I have nobody here to help me and I do not have a third arm. So my mouth is standing in for that. So anyways, this is what we are going to do. We're going to do this on both sides of our head, join them in the middle, and then braid down. And then just tie it off. We'll come back to that because now, after I get this done, I'll show you what we're doing for the second braid. To save time, I'll be back when this is done. Alrighty, so you should have your fairy tale braid in. You only need to braid down to about the back of your head. I've already pulled that over with half of my hair. I just sectioned and pulled apart. And what we're gonna do for our bottom braids is we're gonna do a Dutch. Now I said it was a little different and this is why. As we do our Dutch braid, the piece that we pull from the top, what you're gonna really try to do is the piece you add, you want it to be one of these. As you can see in your fairy tale braid, you have some pieces that seem a little differentiated. So this is the piece that you want to add to the top because that's what it looks like in Danny's hairstyle. So that's what we're going for. Dutch braiding on the side of your head is a little difficult. I will not lie to you about this. So since we're starting at the front, you see my little first section, this is going to be my first section. Ta-da. So we're going to Dutch braid. A Dutch braid is just an inside out French braid. Instead of going over top, you go behind, as in, we are going to stop with the top pieces. Go behind, bottom piece, go behind, and now we add. So pull that sucker tight because, yeah, it is a little difficult to go around the side of your head. It will help if you lean. LaDalia is very right about that. So, as we add to the top, the piece we want to add, hopefully you can see, is this section. Down, like this. And then we're going to add to the bottom section, which, you know, there should be plenty of hair there for you to add to your bottom section. And now, right back to behind, and thus we continue on, adding the thicker sections from the top to the top strand of our Dutch braid. All right, I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna have to braid slow for this one just to make sure I get it right. Doing the same thing on the other side, and then I will be back to show you the completion. All right, back in a sec. Alrighty, so you should have your fairy tale braid. Hopefully yours, unlike mine, actually managed to stay up near the crown of your head. Some days mine does, some days, like today, it just decided it wanted to be droopy. Anyways, that does annoy me. Usually I try these styles 3 or 4 times before I give them to you, and it turned out perfectly every time until I tape it. Oh well. Technique's still the same. So you should have, you'll see at the end of the Dutch braids on the side, I braided them out. That's just to help with, you know, later. But you should have one of these on this side, one on this side. I didn't tie it off because I don't really need to. And then we have the one from the middle. Now, hopefully, they should be fairly even. I'm sure mine are not. They don't feel like it, but that's okay. It's one of those days, gals. So, we're gonna unbraid our center section just a bit, to about there. Our side sections, we're gonna unbraid just a bit. What we're doing is a combo braid back here. And let me get this one. And then we're just gonna braid these guys together. A bit of an English braid back here. There we go. Now, the only difference is when we start braiding, take your right hand piece and braid under your left hand, braid under, etc., etc. It makes for a tighter braid. Yeah. So, let's braid it down, shall we? Like I said, had my fairy tale braid stayed up a little bit higher, like it usually does, this would have been so much more simple. Pull to the side. Finish braiding. Yeah, you could definitely see the two separate braids a lot better. However, for some reason, it just didn't want to go that way today. But, hey, even I'm fallible. Don't get frustrated when you try things and they don't always work out exactly the way you want them to begin with, because it doesn't always work out. So yeah, we'll finish braiding this. Try not to do the braid dance. Good enough. I'm going to tie off early so we don't waste any more time. Use one of my big ones. So, any hoodles, here we go. Let's see how it looks. I don't know, it feels a little wonky. Well, pretty close. Like I said, if these were a little higher, like they were supposed to be, it would have looked a little closer. But there you go. Higher hair. The side looks better, which is the left side, and it shouldn't, but you know, whatever. So, any hoodles, there you go. There's your Danny Pyre hair from me. Go see Siobhan. Hers looks better. But it is still a cute braid. And like I said, if your top braid would have stayed, I don't know why mine just slid down my head for some reason. I don't know, maybe my hair's too slippery today. I straightened it yesterday. So that could be it. Anyways, alrighty. There's your Game of Thrones Danny hair for today. I don't know what's up next. I haven't decided yet, but I'm sure it'll be something fun. Alrighty, until next time, have a great day.